All right, y'all check this out. That's the first egg. And it is tiny. Hey, welcome back in, everybody. So I'm back out here cleaning up the fence line, and today my main goals are to chop down a few dead trees, and one of them is right here. As you can see, there's no branches, no leaves on it. All it's really doing is just holding up some briars and some vines that, if I go ahead and get rid of that tree, they don't have anywhere to go. And then this other one, it's this curved one right here, kind of the same thing. I want to go ahead and get rid of this, clean up this area. I didn't really have all these intentions of cleaning up this fence line, but it's just kind of turned into one of those projects. Once I've started, I just need to kind of keep going. That way it gets kind of cleaned up and fixed up. And not that I'm going to do anything back here, but it just makes it look better. So let's get after it. Since I've been out here last, I have sharpened the blade on my chainsaw. It was in desperate need of that. I'm going to use the tractor to put some leverage on that tree right there to kind of push it that way. And then I'm going to chop this tree here, get it out of the way. That way I can get on this side with the chainsaw, and we'll push it over into the field. here's what that tree looks like. Thankfully, these went safer than I thought they were going to, so that's always a plus, because it's really kind of hard to tell how a tree is going to react, especially one that has this big of a twist in it, because all the weight, you know, it's just not centered. It's just not where you would want it to be. But this tree right here, it was a lot more rotten than the other one, and you can kind of see all the ant holes all the way up through this tree, and that's one reason why I just tried to push it over with the tractor as much as I could. It fell pretty easy. It fell a lot easier than the other one over here, which this tree actually was not dead. As you can see that it wasn't, and it has a lot of leaves over there at the front, or at the top I should really say. One reason why there's really not any limbs is I'm going to go ahead and assume, since this is mainly closed canopy in here, that tree was doing whatever it could to get whatever sunlight that it could, and it just happened to be on top. But this tree right here, it was dead. But regardless, I'm going to take them both, chop them up, probably bring them over here in front of the woodshed and make some more firewood. Got a little out of order on the trees. Should have just went ahead and cleaned this one up while I was over here. But I have the second tree cleaned up. I would have just driven the tractor straight through here, but there is barbed wire still here, and it would probably be okay, but I'm not going to chance that. So I'm going to go grab these logs, load them up on the tractor, take them up to the woodshed. No. Now if we take a look at what I've got cleaned up here, so a lot of these briars and poison ivy vines, I will come through and chop up with the bush hog, maybe even some of those smaller trees over there. But this area has really been cleaned up quite a bit. It was, as you could see in the background, that's what it used to look like. And a few weeks ago, I came in here and really went after it with the bush hog. So just trying to continue that process, get this all cleaned up and make this not so much a briery jungle, because nobody likes those. And I still got some work to do over here too, but with that barbed wire fence down through there, that really puts a damper on a lot of the plans. But in time, I will try to get that thing taken care of too. But right now, I'm just going to do what I can with what I can. All right, guys. This has happened to me before, but I forgot to turn my mic back on for the rest of this video. But what I'm doing is I'm just trying to make some room. That way I can get to the log splitter back there. If you remember, a few months back, I had created this little berm right here in the front of that log splitter, and I would typically just drag it out into the yard. But with that berm and with the bush hog attached to the tractor, I'm not going to try to get it over that little berm right there, and I'll just put it into position. That way I can work around it right there. Alright guys, I got most of the wood split that I needed to, and you can tell just by watching how my actions are and how I'm really struggling right here. I was wore out after doing all that. And I remember distinctly talking about how hot it was that day. It was around 90 degrees and probably a roughly 90% humidity as well. And when you add that combo together in the South, you are going to get for some scorchers. With all that being said, I want to thank everyone who tuned in. We'll see you on the next one.